In this session, we will code our first program. Let's open a calculator, enter 3 plus 5 to get 8. To program that, we need to state the exact set of instructions. The program needs to read number 1, read operation, read number 2, then we ask to get the result. But how to tell the computer these instructions through a programming language? We use the programming language to write set of instructions to the computer. Strictly, we follow something called syntax rules. Think of the syntax rules like grammar rules in English. You don't just write anything to make a statement. A compiler is a tool to validate following the syntax rules. If you didn't respect the rules, the compiler generates compiler errors. Otherwise, you get an executable to run your code. Your coding cycle is typically 3 steps. Write some code, compile it, and run. This is a hello world program. Stop the video for a minute and read it slowly. Step by step, we should be able to understand this whole program. Just notice for now here, my first program, hello. We know it is scary at the moment, but don't worry. If you try to compile and run the program, we get this screen, typically black. It is called console screen, just contain text. So a console screen, something that contains text. Nothing fancy like web or mobile screens. Notice here, the printed statement, my first program, hello. So now, let's go to the code. In line 8, we see something called cout. C is for console, out is for output. This is a command to print. Notice here the statement, my first program, hello. Very important to notice here the double quote. So there is double quote here in the beginning, double quote in the end. Any statement need, any string statement, any message, you need these 2 double quotes. You can also find here a semicolon. The semicolon is just a signal to the end of an instruction. You can find also it one here in line 2 and one here in another line 11. Anything else in the program for the moment, just write it as it is. I'm going to highlight some of it just to make you more familiar with it. But for now, what we care is what will be between line 8 and 10 here, this space. In line number 1, you see IO stream. IO is an abbreviation for input and output. And this is called like a header stream. Going deeper, the hash include is something that contains things that are ready for us to use. Let's say that you would like to compute square root 25, which is just 5. Should you write a code by yourself to do that? The answer is no. We, as a language authors, we can provide you with a ready-to-use code. Something like, let's say, hey, here is a square root. Just use it to get 5. It is something called hash include CMath. The hash include IO stream include functionalities to read and write from the disk according to your operating system. There is also something weird here called using namespace std. This is something that contain like all the things that you need inside C++. You don't need to worry about it at the moment. There is something here called main. Main is a function, and if you notice, it is a lowercase. When you try to run your program, the first thing that the operating system is going to call is something called the main. You notice here also there is these 2 brackets. This is always attached with functions. Another interesting and more important here, something called braces, squarely braces, this brace and this brace. We write the body of our code inside them. That's it for today.